Today I'm going to show you how to take the door panel off a 2003 Hyundai Santa Fe, and you're going to need a few tools to do this. I'm going to be using a 5-piece molding tool set, or auto trim molding tool set, and you can buy one of these for about 12 bucks on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. You're also going to need a screwdriver. This is a number 2 Phillips, so it's, not too long, and I'm just got this little auger or a little pin tool here. Basically it came with a spring clip kit, and I'm going to use it to remove some of the covers on the screws that hold the molding onto the actual door. Now, why would you want to remove your door panel? Well, I'm removing my door panel because my door handle here, this is become the chrome on it has come off it, and it's kind of sharp and jagged, and it sort of bothers me. So I bought a new door handle, so I'm going to replace that. And in order to replace that, I need to take this panel off. So it's not just taking the door panel off, it's taking the door handle off as well, and I'll show you that. And you may also want to take the door panel off to get at the speaker. Maybe you want to put a different or a new type of speaker on the actual door, or maybe you want to go further and do some repair on your window or on your door handle on the outside. I'm not going to get that far into it. I'm just going to remove the panel itself and show you how to do that. First step here, I'm going to remove this little panel from inside the door handle. You can see all the jagged edges there on the chrome. Basically, behind that there's a screw that will allow me to remove the pocket this whole handle sits in. So you could use a small flathead screwdriver at the bottom. I'm just going to use my little pry tool here. And so just basically pull the handle back and get underneath it a bit, and there we go. Oh. Try not to scratch it too much. Here we go. There we go. So there's a little door panel off of there, and you see behind it is a number 2 Phillips right there. So let's kick that out of there, and so counterclockwise with that. And the whole thing will come off. I'll leave a screw in there. There we go. Pull the latch open and slide it off. Being careful not to drop the screw, but even if you do, you're going to be taking the door panel off anyway. So that's step 1. Next, we're going to get the second screw off the center of the door panel, which is inside the actual door pull. So we'll just show you this next. So here we are looking inside the door handle, and you see there's a number 2 in there, Phillips screw, and we need to take that one out. So I'm just going to unscrew it. Pretty straightforward. And then we'll go from here to the outer edges of the door panel so we can remove the screws that are in it, and then begin to remove the door panel itself. So reach in there, pull it out. There we go. Now we're looking at the outer edge of the door panel. You see the light down. Oh, maybe you can't see the light, but anyways, this is the side that is on the outer part of the door panel. And you see that there's 2 there'll be 2 screws here, and they need to be removed, and they have an actual plastic cover there to hide actually the screw. So I'm just going to poke those out of there. You could use a flathead screwdriver if you had a small enough one here, and basically just dig it out. Hopefully, I'm trying to not be in the shot. It's hard to do. And careful, because it might have a tendency to fly right out of there. There we go. Just pry it out and you'll get it. There we are. Keep that, and there's a screw. Do the same on the one at the bottom here. And then we're going to remove the screws. There we go. So there's the 2 screws got to remove. We'll just take that out next. Now looking at the inside edge, there's another covered screw at the top corner here, and in the middle there's a straightforward number 2 Phillips there that you need to remove. So we're just going to take those two out. So we got all the screws now out that we need to remove to begin to take the panel off. So you know, the panel is connected to the top of the door via a hook all the way across the top of the door. So you want to start at the bottom of the door to remove the fasteners that are holding it down, and I'll show you the fasteners after I get the door off. Also understand, you can see there's a light here, and there's power window and door and mirror locks on here, and there's a wire that holds that goes from the door to those accessories. So when you first take the panel off, don't pull it all the way off because it's wired into the other half of the door. So just unfasten it, remove all the fasteners all the way around, and then I'll show you how to get at the wires. But be careful, don't rip the door panel off until you remove the connectors in the door. So I'm going to show you how to do that as well. Now, I've got a couple options here on what to use. I think I'll start with the skinny one. It's very thin and has a little fork on the end. I'm going to use it to pry it at the very bottom corner, and then we'll go from there. So here's the bottom corner by the light, as you can see. And I'm not sure whether I can get you to actually see it in there or not, but there's a door panel retainer right there in the corner. I'm going to use the forked end of that and try and get right underneath that retainer and then pull it off. It should just friction mount off of there. See if I can get you. There it is. You can, not sure whether you can see it, but it's blue. See it in there? And what we want to do is get underneath that and pull it off. And there we go. And in doing that, if we look up further here, you'll see that the other one right there just pulled off. So, so far so good. Now, these may break when you're taking them off, right? Don't sweat that too much. You can buy them at your local auto shop. They're pretty common, and they're called door panel retainers. And I will put a link to that from Amazon as well. But so far, there we go. We got two of them off, and there's another one in the inside I can see from here. It's yellow. Let's see if I can get you. Don't know if you can see that with a camera or not. There it is, right down there. And I'm going to pull on it and get it off. And I'm just using the skinny forked plastic tool. And the reason you want plastic, of course, is you don't want to scratch your paint, because scratches go to the metal, and then when the metal gets exposed, it rusts. So that's why you want to use these nylon tools. All right, next it's impossible to show you this yellow fastener or retainer on this door panel, but basically I have the fork around it here. And see if I can pull that back a little bit. You can see, there it is. So I'm just gonna pop it out, just like that. And like I said, I put the fork around the retainer and then pried it out. Now that sounded pretty bad, but it wasn't bad at all. And as you can see now, the door panel is more or less ready to come off. All the retainers all the way around are off, and there you can see the yellow one I was talking about right here. And there was another one on the front there, but when I took this yellow one out, it just popped out. So again, if you break one of these, you can get them at your local auto shop, AutoZone or Supply House. They sell these, and they're called door panel retainers. They're not too hard to find. So now we got the panel loose. Next, we're going to get the wires, see if I can get at the wires and remove those. So one more thing here in removing this door panel, I just realized. First of all, you need to lower the window all the way down, and you need to remove this little speaker here on the corner of the window. And it's just friction fit. Just pull on it. If you can't get it off that way, just use your pry tool here, and show you that. We'll just take it off like that, and it's held on by one panel fastener right here, and there's a little wire that holds, basically it's attached to here. Now you can leave it hanging if you wish. I'm just going to remove it, and there's a little tab on the center, and we're just going to press on that and remove it. So see what happens. There we go, just like that. There's the actual lock. The tab is right here. Just press down on it and pull it off. Okay, so that's the next step in removing this whole door panel. Now at this point, it should be free to lift up and pull off. And what you're going to do is you're going to lift up, pull it off a little bit, and then reach inside and disconnect all the actual cables that go to the door, like the actual light and the controls for the windows and mirrors and locks. What we're going to do is going to lift the door panel up in this direction, upwards, and then separate it slightly, and then reach in and unclip all the wires. So just grab it, and it should be flopping around at the bottom there, no problems. Lift it up and off. There we go. Slight bit of pressure. Easy, gently, just jiggle it out. Okay, there we go. And hopefully you can see there, I'm not sure whether you can or not, there's one wire on the, actually two wires going to the door, 3 in total. So I'm going to remove the top ones and show you these wires from an angle that's a little better than what I got right now. But right now it's just sitting there, and I'm going to change the angle so you can see what's going on with that. All right, so there's the door peeled back away from the actual frame, or the door panel off the door itself, and you'll see that there's 3 wires. So we'll start with this one. There's a tab on the other side. I really can't show you. You just press it down and then wiggle it off. There we go. Here it go, click. So there's one. We'll get at the other one next, which is right there. Again, similar situation. I really can't show you it, but there's a tab on the front. So I'm just going to reach down and get it, pull it off. There we go. Now we're left with one wire left, and that's at the bottom for the light. And you could pull off the actual light itself. So here, let's go get you an angle on that. There we go. There's the last one. So you can see it right there. Mine's pulled off the door already. Looks like somebody had this open already. So I'll reach in. There's a tab, I believe, on the top. Yep. So let me get that. Tab on the top. And that's it. Now you can just take the whole panel and off the side of the door. And I'll show you what that looks like when I have it all the way away. So you can see where all the standoffs are and supports and so on and so forth. Here's the inside of the door panel. We have these fasteners right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they're along the bottom of the door. We have the connectors, which is the safety light right there. 1. The power windows right here, and the mirrors and locks are right here. So three connectors, electrical connectors, 1, 2, 3, and 6 fasteners at the bottom, and hangs off the top here. So there's the inside of the door, so you know where to put the tool when you're trying to pop these off, like that. Works perfect. Next, I'm going to change the door handle, and I'll show you how to do that too. All right, here's the center tab on the actual power windows connector. I just wanted to show you that. It's rather stiff, so you're going to have to really press down on it to get it to go. And this is the door locks and mirror connector. Again, it's not quite as stiff, but you need to get your finger into the middle of it to unlock it. So I just want to show you that. And then zoom out and show you the whole exterior of the door. Back that up a bit so you can see that. There we are. There's the whole exterior. Sorry, there's the whole exterior of the door. Now you have access to the speaker or anything else you want in here. I'm not going any further than this as far as getting into the door. If you wanted to reach into your your door mechanisms, your window and all that, you're gonna have to peel this off and get inside of that. But I'm not going that far. I only need to go to here, which is my door handle, which I'm gonna take off. And this looks like a number 2 will work in those screws, but I think a larger Phillips would be better. And there's a 10 millimeter here on the top. So I'll get a close up on that for you. Here's a close-up on the door handle. You're going to need a number 10 up here. So a 10 millimeter socket on that bolt, or nut, sorry. A Phillips number 2 will work on those 2 screws, though it's a little loose. I'm thinking a number 3 would probably be better. That's what I'm going to use. So a number 2 will work, but I suggest using a number 3 if you have it. Less likely to strip them, and they're in there pretty hard. So here's the number 3, and the number 3 just fits those screws really nice. So I'm going to take those out and then show you the wires and how to take the wires off the door handle so you can put the new one in. All right, so now we're looking at the door handle. The number 3 took those screws off there really nicely. 10 millimeter bolt came off nicely as well. If all you got is a number 2 Phillips, then use it, but there's a chance you might strip the screw. So I don't suggest using it if you don't have to, but if you have to, use it. That's all you got, that's all you got. So next I'm going to use a standard screwdriver, a flathead. And what we need to do is we need to release these cables from the handle so that we can remove the handle. So I'm going to do it by taking the inside clips off here. If you can see the cable, and you can see how it's fastened into this plastic clip. So this one I'll take the pink one off first, and I'll just put my screwdriver at the top like so, and just pop it back towards me. There we go. And now the cable just lifts out, as you can see, from the center, and we need to take it off here as well. So we'll do another wedge it out from that one. And actually I'm just going to remove the top wire as well, the top lock wire there. So you can see it's blue. So get my screwdriver in there to pop it off. Not easy to do with the camera in front of you. There we go. Yeah, it's easier if you do that. Sorry. There we go. And again, it just pulls down and comes off. So there's the 2 wires released. And now we just need to remove them from the base right here. And so I'm just going to use the screwdriver here to wedge these out. One and 2. And try not to mix them up, but I mean, obviously one goes down, one goes up. So, you know, they're going to be, pretty self-explanatory when you put in the new door handle. So I'll bring the new door handle in here and do that. Put it back, put the new door handle in here. All right, so here's my new door handle, nice clean chrome with the 2 little connectors, and it's just the reverse procedure. So we're just going to first place the cable into the actual clips. So come up from underneath, and then as you can see I'm in from underneath on the top one there, and then on the bottom, the pink one, do the same thing again, just put it through the bottom like so, and then clip it in. So there you go. See, put the head in first and then push the locking clip in, and then of course we got to put these back in here. So if you can hand force it, and you can, like that. And next we put on the 10 millimeter and the 2 number 3 bolts or nuts, or screws. The 10 millimeter bolt here and the screws on the side here. So test the action here, and it looks like it's working just fine. Same with the door latch. So now we fasten it down. So we've got the 3 fasteners down. We got the 10 millimeter here and the number 3 Phillips screws in here. All nice and tight. Action's good. I've checked the lock. It works just fine. You may want to open and shut the door, check the locks prior to putting the door panel back on. But the door panel, putting it back on is the exact reverse procedure. Basically hang it up here, push it down at the bottom to put all the plastic fasteners back on, and then screw it in, and finish it up by putting on your speaker, top speaker connector over here. So once you're done, you're done. So I may do a time lapse of that so you can see it. Alright, there's the door latch fully assembled. The door panel put back on perfectly. You know, basically that's it. You know, I'm going to test it here just for heck of it here. There you go. Closes nice. It's locked. Unlock it. Perfect. Perfect. Working exactly as it should. Thanks for watching. That's it for my video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video and it helped you out in some way, do me a favor, click on the like button right down here. And you know, if you wish to subscribe to my channel, just click on this link up here. And that should subscribe you to the Richard Lloyd channel, or Richard Lloyd USA channel. Okay, again, thank you very much for your time and watching.